Hi everyone, this is Susie again, and today I'm going to share with you 5 different tips on how to create less waste. So it's kind of a recycling video, um, in a way. So anyways, we're gonna get started. My first tip, the first thing that I started doing maybe like a year ago or so, I had this idea that when I go to get my groceries, I always bring my bags with me. But then I decided to also bring some hefty bags like these, or even some of the small ones. And this is where I put, like, if I buy beans that are in bulk, or rice or nuts or whatever it is, even like cilantro, like herbs, parsley, carrots, like any produce that can fit in this little bag, or in the other ones, if in the little ones, if I buy like um, serrano chilies or ginger, whatever it is that you guys buy. And what I do is I just bring these bags with me to the grocery store, and I always have them in my car. So that way I always have some with me. And then when I come home, I just, whether it's your rice or your beans, I just throw that into my container where I have my beans or whatever it is that I get. And then I just wash the bag and I reuse it over and over. And I also reuse, now that I'm thinking about it, so it's going to be 6 tips. I also reuse, in the bulk section, you get like a little strip where you put, the number for the bin. Well, I reuse those as well. I name whether it's pinto beans, black beans, and then I just put the bin number. If you're going to the same store over and over, instead of reusing those little strips, I just save them in a little zip snack bag, those little bags, the plastic bags. And then when I'm gonna go and buy my beans again or my rice or whatever, I just look through my little Ziploc bag and I get it out and I just make sure it's the same number, the same bin number, code number, and I just place it in here. Let me show you real quick. I don't think I have it. Anyways, I put the little strip in here and then I just bend it over like this so that they can see the number and they can read it out when they're going to scan it. So that is my first tip. The other one is that I save these. If you go to Starbucks a lot or your favorite coffee shop, instead of you using these over and over again and throwing them out and creating more waste, as well as this little thing, I tell the coffee person that I don't need the holder and I just pull out mine. And if I need one of these, you know what this is, right? So that the drink doesn't come out of the cup. So when I come home, I save it and I wash it, I dry it, and I put it back. Oh, this is the little bag I was telling you. I put it back in my little Ziploc bag when it's all clean and dried, and I zip it up and I carry some tea with me in case I want some tea. And I carry this in my purse. So that's another tip to create less waste. The other thing that I do is that I reuse my napkins. I don't throw them out. So if I only, use it a little tiny bit, or if I know I'm not gonna use the whole thing, it's not gonna get all dirty, maybe you just cut it in half, or I use it and I put it aside by my table where I eat, and then I just keep reusing it until I feel like, okay, it can go to the garbage now, it's used up. So that's what I do. I reuse these. So that's another little tip to create less waste. My other tip is that I decided that because my in-laws they always have barbecues during the summer or get-togethers all the time. So after a while, I decided to I didn't want to be getting the disposable dishes, you know, the plates and then the forks and the spoons and all that stuff, because I just felt bad every time I threw it out. So I had a brilliant idea to buy some plastic. Beautiful. The little butterflies, and they're pretty, and the flowers. So I got some plates. I got 2 plates, one for my husband, one for myself. And then I got a plastic, like heavy duty plastic cup. These were like $1.99. I got these at Bed Bath & Beyond, by the way. The plate was $2.99. So I got a couple of those. So during the summer, when we went out for barbecues or whatever, I would take my plates with me. And that's what where I would serve our food, you know, our drinks, and then I would go wash it. And if we're gonna eat something else again, you know, I would just wipe it dry and then reuse them over and over. And if for some reason I use like plastic forks or spoons or something, I'll just go and wash them. Even like I'll go around and if people are not using their cups or plastic disposable cups anymore, I'll collect them and I'll go wash them and I'll dry them up or just take them out, you know, just wash them, and it's hot outside so it'll dry up. So I'll take them back out so that way they can use them and they're not throwing out perfectly good cups. To me, that's just a big waste of money, and that's creating so much unnecessary waste for the planet. So anyways, that's what I do. Oh, and the other thing, that because most of our get-togethers are usually like at the same house, and I'm sure that happens with you guys too, that there's one person that you usually go to for get-togethers, like barbecues or whatever. So I asked my nephew if it was okay for me to buy him some of these plates. And he said yes. So I went to the store, and when I was there, I took some pictures so that he could choose. I didn't choose for him. He could choose what color he wanted, what style he wanted. And I bought him a whole set of plates and the cups. Or, yeah, these. So he has his own set. So whenever we go and have a get-together to his place, you know, if they forget, I pull them out. I pull them out so that I make sure that we're using those instead of the disposable ones. And, you know, and I help out washing them, because I know sometimes people don't want to use those because they don't want to do the work. I don't mind doing the work. So I'll go and I'll wash them, and it gives me something to do, and I'll eat less because I'll be so busy washing dishes and cleaning up that I'll eat less. So, and I'll be walking around and moving instead of sitting at the table and just munching on all the stuff. You know what I mean. So I find that relaxing. So I enjoy it. So that's what I did it. Why I did it. And he seemed to like it and appreciate it. So, and it saves them money at the same time. So I think it's a good thing. Okay. So my last tip, I believe, is I saw this somewhere. I didn't come up with this. I saw this somewhere on the internet. How when you go out like to dinner to a restaurant and you come out like smelling like food or like burnt oil or something, and then you feel like I have to wash the clothes or the jacket or something, and then but it's perfectly clean. It's perfectly clean, so sometimes I just felt bad, like why do I have to rewash it again if I only used it for like an hour or 2 hours, and now I have to send it to the dry cleaner because it's all smelly. So anyways, I looked up the information, and maybe you guys already know about this, but none of the people that I know knew about this, so I thought it was a great idea, and I've been doing it for several years, and it's worked out perfectly. So whenever I go out and I have a jacket and it smells like food usually, and I know that it's still clean, I'll do it with my wool coats, I'll do it with my winter jackets, sweaters, sweatshirts. I've never done it on leather. That's the only thing I haven't done it on, but other than that, it's perfectly fine. So what it is some vodka, the cheapest vodka you can find at like Walmart, and I fill up this little thing. It says 40% alcohol, 80 proof vodka. That's all there is in here. No water, nothing. And I just take, let's say I used this and it's a little smelly. So I just take and I spray it like that. I turn it around, just give it a couple sprays, and that's it. And you just hang it dry. You hang it to dry and it dries up really quick and it doesn't smell like alcohol or anything. And if you're a little bit nervous about doing that, try it on a little tiny spot, just so you know that it's not going to stain your clothes or ruin them, or it's not going to smell like alcohol or anything. And then after like the alcohol evaporates, it like takes with it the smell, like it doesn't smell anymore. And sometimes if the smell is a little stubborn, I'll do it twice. And if after that it doesn't go away, then I'll put it in the washer, send it to the dry cleaners. So this is, you might think, well, how is this creating less waste? Well, if you have to send something to the dry cleaners every time you use it, that's a lot of plastic that's being wasted from the dry cleaners. You know what I'm saying? And soap and water and all that stuff. So this way you're saving money. You don't have to throw away all that plastic. And you can just do it at home, and in 5 minutes your clothes are perfectly well. Well, I think that is it for today. I hope this helps, and I hope that this is a blessing for you. And if you have any other tips to share with me, I always love to hear about that. So have a blessed day, and talk to you soon. Bye.